Hello and welcome to Generation 1 Podcast 1 year anniversary. Hooah!
Kinda, sorta,
Kinda sorta.
maybe,
Is that
probably.
yeah, we're
Year
doing
and
this
late.
we're doing this all three of us for about a year, for over a year, definitely. And today we are going to talk about underused and rarely used, I think, but probably mostly
I don't
underused.
think we're talking about rarely used today because we can't actually see the tier. So,
Is it? Oh, because we're looking at old statistics.
and
That's
they just
unfortunate.
created it. So
And the server's
we'll
down.
get to
We
it.
could just
Yeah, and the server's down. So we're not going to
we
talk
could
about
just
the tier today.
we could just talk about it a little bit and not the tiers specifically. Have any of you played Rarely Used yet?
No.
No, I think it like literally just came out.
No, it came out a while ago.
Oh, my
Actually,
dog is
I haven't.
barking.
it came out a while ago. It didn't just came out, but
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Dogs are cool. It sounds like a small dog.
He's
We can.
it's a Yorkie poo. And I just want to shoot whoever named those.
You're.
Because it
That's
should be,
actually
it should obviously be a porky.
What are you trying to say, Ninja?
I was trying to say that we'll probably dedicate a show to RU later.
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
really talk about it today because we have plenty of other things to talk about.
I could give a brief summary later, but
No, I don't think you need to. Just not this
Oh,
month. We'll get to it. We'll give it its whole episode. I know that you're excited to talk about it because it's your bread and butter.
well, it was, and then this mutant thing happened.
Well, I mean, look at what UU was when it started.
Yeah, pretty
So-
much.
Hang on,
It'll
guys.
get there.
I'm
but
gonna,
that's
you guys keep talking. I'm gonna be right back.
all right.
Okay, so let's segue that into how we feel about when Underused first dropped, and it was a big old mess.
It was awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
The whole time Tornadus was legal was pretty much the worst. Like to me, that time period was worse in UU than when Gengar and Mega Gengar and Kangaskhan really going to UU. Like it was even worse than that.
I kind of agree, because when Kangaskhan was legal, everyone was running Prankster Sableye on their team.
Yeah.
So there was kind of a way to deal with it. Yeah, it was just very, very odd, very strange. I never really imagined there could be more power creep than there already was in Black and White, but
But here we are.
clearly there's been a shift, and everything I know is wrong again. So
That
yeah,
and then all the dragons. Like every dragon was somehow legal in UU because
I
nobody
didn't
used
mind
anything
that
with
so
Dragonite.
much.
I think that's what it was. In OU, if you're going to use a dragon, you just use Dragonite.
And then
so,
now, the UU now, every dragon except Noivern and Flygon is banned.
right.
But for a while, you could use Hydreigon and Haxorus, which I never really saw what the big problem was with Hydreigon and Haxorus, but they got banned pretty quickly.
I don't care. I'm glad.
Along with
Yeah,
Salamence
that-
was illegal for like a week, and then they
Yeah,
banned him.
that was ridiculous.
All right, I'm back.
And Latias.
We're talking about how random and crazy UU
How
is, and
terrible
how
UU was originally before they banned everything.
and how it's changing like literally every week. I don't understand the new system because I thought it was monthly. I don't know if you've noticed, but they've been a bit more ban happy.
I haven't noticed. What have they banned since? I thought that they just got rid of all that stuff at once. Was it spread out?
I think it was spread out.
Because I haven't noticed any differences.
Salamence was one thing. Salamence was isolated incidents.
Well, yeah.
And then and
He was
Tornadus was the thing. It didn't all happen at once.
I think what they did at the beginning, because this is the same thing they did with OU, was they they were gonna still do the suspect test, but then because it was new, they had emergency bans where if it was obvious that it was just broken, they could just kick it out, which is what happened to Salamence.
But they've been doing that with I just threw my cell phone across the room.
Beep, beep,
They
beep,
they
beep.
had a really quick ban with Swagger too. Like they just threw it out the window really randomly. It wasn't like part of a monthly update or anything.
For what?
So-
For what?
For UU and OU like together. I feel like they're
They
just
talked
like
about it.
picking
We
and
talked
choosing.
about that a while ago.
I know,
that
but
wasn't
that only came into effect very recently though.
but I'm saying it wasn't like a swift ban.
Well, yeah, they talked about it for a long time, and then they finally did it, but it wasn't part of a monthly tier
It wasn't
change or
suspect
anything.
tested.
It wasn't suspect tested. They just grabbed it.
When did they ban? I didn't even know that they had officially banned that.
They've banned Swagger in, I think, OU and UU.
I would imagine if it's a move, usually they get rid of it, and
It's
everything.
really funny though, because they've been banning a lot more stuff in X and Y than they did in Black
They
and White.
have.
And
which-
I don't know.
I'm.
It's weird.
Honestly, I'm actually pretty okay with it because I think
Yeah,
it's
for the
they're
most
banning
part,
stuff that no one actually wants to play against.
I want to play against Swagger.
It only applies to Clef Key. Like one
Sableye.
guy. Sableye can't do it as well because
No,
he
'cause
doesn't
there
get
were-
away.
I mean, there were other sets that could paralyze and do it.
There was Lipard. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, Murkrow actually is pretty cool.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Like it wasn't fun to play against, so whatever.
I totally feel you, but at the same time, I feel like it was, I don't know, not that big of a deal. But at the same time, I don't really care that much. But I don't know. I'm just kind of stepping back and looking at all the banning that's been happening, and it's just been a lot more.
Yeah, I think they're taking a more hands-on approach this gen because
I'll say.
like 5th gen sucked. OU sucked. It was awful.
I
It was
didn't
just
touch it.
rain versus sand the whole time.
There
And
was
I
some
think
sun. There was some sun in there.
okay, there was a little bit, but it
But
was
it always
basically
got beat by
use
rain.
weather or go home.
Yeah.
Just-
So, and that's yeah, it's when you picture 5th gen OU how really tough it was. It's hard to imagine that OU would get even more overpowered, especially since they nerfed weather. So it's weird.
yeah. Anyhow,
I guess
we're not-
I guess the Mega Pokemon are just really powerful.
we talked about OU plenty, so
Yeah.
what we're talking about now is UU. So Nick,
Hey.
I guess now we can kind of talk about our impressions of it currently. We can all agree that it was terrible before, but it's changed a lot in the last month.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Saw how it was terrible, but
Well,
you
you
didn't
play.
play.
It. It was terrible.
I played some of it.
If you played,
But at
It
the
was
time,
terrible.
Clefable was still UU, I think.
it was. I think
Well,
Tornadus
and-
T was the worst offender.
I'm trying to think of who pissed me off the most. I think I've like blanked it out, like selectively forgotten all of the really horrible UU events.
There's Tornadus T. Clefable went pretty early. I feel like it got it.
Clefable
It's
is like
usage.
high OU now.
Yeah, that's
so,
like it didn't get banned. It just jumped into OU.
yeah. Yeah, I distinctly remember using Ice Beam on a Tornadus and it only doing like
And it laughing it off and then killing
Yeah,
you
like,
with the knockoff.
doing like 30%.
There's
'cause
also
People are running these crazy bulky Tornadus T
Yeah.
sets because they can get away.
It had Regenerator. It just never
Yeah.
died, and it crippled the entire other team.
Unless
It
you
was
had a Tornadus T.
like
And it was a
I was
stalemate.
using Mega Ampharos to check it. That's how desperate I was.
Yeah, and I could see that working out.
It worked. It was a great Tornadus T check. It's just not a good Pokemon.
I think
So?
it's a great Pokemon. But not really, I don't.
Mega Ampharos is more impressive than I give credit for it.
It's better than I thought it would be, but it's not
It-
great now.
It can do like 3 things instead of like no things. It's like what I thought.
It's 3 more than you expected out of it.
Yeah, it's like way more.
And one of them is its hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can do a mean hair flick.
I bet
Anyhow,
that's how
what
it
do you
uses
guys...
swagger. It just like it just does like
Flicks its
a
hair.
swoosh of its hair. And they're like, why would they do that? I'm confused. Do I hurt myself?
So, what do you guys think of UU now?
I still find it really frustrating, honestly. I still feel like I only win like 50% of the time.
Why
Like,
is
I-
that, do you think?
I still haven't found a team I'm comfortable with
Uh-huh.
for all this time.
Try my team.
I think I did well. I've been using. Can we go into our teams now, or is that
Not
off topic?
yet. We'll get...
Yeah.
That's the next point, so...
Okay, I've been using like the same 4 Pokemon, but then
Uh-huh.
I swap out like the other 2.
That's how a lot of
Right.
my teams end up working, too.
I suppose, but
Maybe you just need to change up the
Good,
core then.
that's right.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it. If you just can't get the team to work,
I
just
just-
start from
Yeah.
scratch.
I just try random things, and most of the time it works out fine.
well, that's great.
So
Yeah,
what do you
I
think
always-
of it, Nick? Since you-
I mean,
a
I've
little
only played like a few hours. My life has been pretty busy lately, so I haven't really had a lot of time to invest in it. But I mean, I don't even know what the staples are right now. Like what, you know what I mean? What
Mhm.
are super common,
Yeah.
other than number 1 Florgus, who I really don't like because I love special attackers, and well, I don't know. My team usually only has like 2, and so like I typically have a problem with Florgus
Mhm.
because it just walls them to hell. But I mean, it seems pretty stable.
It's more stable, yeah. It's really, really, really aggressive, though, I feel like.
I don't.
There's
think
a
so.
lot of walls.
Yeah,
There's,
I
there's,
mean,
what Vaporeon's in it,
I guess
right?
I'm just remembering the way
Umbreon.
you... I guess I'm just thinking about what it used to be like, and
Yeah.
then comparing it.
What this gen, or
Yeah, like 5th gen.
well, that's like
you-
comparing like a
Apples and
NASCAR. That's like
oranges.
comparing a NASCAR
Yeah.
race to like
yeah, I mean, 5th gen
Monday morning
UU
traffic.
was really slow.
It was. It was a
Very
big, big
definitive.
fat stall fest.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Um,
And I
I
really
think
didn't like it.
this version of UU is probably like the most mid-rangey, I'd say. Like you don't have a lot of like the flat out stall cores. You have a lot of beefy hitters. You know, like you're kind of throwing punches like haymakers at each other with big beefy guys. There aren't a lot of really fragile setup sweepers to where it's hyper offensive. It's more of a bulky offense. That's
Yeah.
been my impression of it, and
There's a
I
couple.
love UU right now. I think it's amazing. I think that there's tons of rooms for diverse teams that can all work. I
Yeah.
barely ever see, the same outside of Florges and Blastoise. I usually see at least one of them on a team, but then the other 5 could be anything.
Yeah.
I went up
I-
against
I see a ton of different things, and that's why I like it so much. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome.
yesterday. My last match, that guy had an unknown, and I was just like,
Well-
what does this do? Like, it didn't do anything.
No, Why
Why is this
that
on your
doesn't do
team?
anything. But I feel like there's actually 60 different viable Pokemon you could use in UU and have them be good.
Yeah,
Just crazy.
that's completely true. Like, before looking at this outdated list, I knew the top would be Florges or Blastoise, but I
Right.
didn't know who 3 through 8 were gonna be, just because it's really, really diverse. I will give it that. I still find it frustrating as hell.
I think that's one of the biggest strengths. That's why, and bulky offense is just my bread and butter. Like that's the team style that I'm most comfortable with.
I
I'm
feel
the
like
best with it, so
bulky offense is seen a lot more in overuse too than it used to be.
maybe I haven't played Overused in a couple months, so I'll take your word
Yeah.
for it.
Well,
I
I
believe
prefer.
it, though, without the weather, to just push everything to the limit. I could see
Yeah,
that.
like you
Sure.
can, actually run fire types because of defog and no weather.
Freaking Charizard's the most used Pokemon in the tier.
Yeah, I still can't get over that. It's
Good for him.
yeah, I feel good for him, but it's also, is defog really that good? And do people use stealth rocks anymore? I don't know. It's very strange. I feel like it's definitely a phase, or maybe it isn't.
I mean,
I don't know.
he's been an OU from the beginning, so
No, he hasn't.
I mean,
No, it took him a little while.
It took
people were
Charizard
using
Y a
X.
long time.
Yeah,
people were
people
using
were using
X
X
for
more
a
at
really long
first.
time.
I mean, it's a fair split. It's only 53 to 44%. So I think that's probably part of it is that both of them are viable and they're both completely different. So you can use one or the other, and it has an advantage if your opponent guesses wrong as to which one it is.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just Mega Pokemon, really. Mega Pokemon are either overpowered or shit, and it's one of the two. And it's
I don't really think so. I think that the ones that are in OU now are they're just really good.
Absol's still pretty good in UU.
I cannot use Absol to save my life. I've seen a lot of Scope Lens Super Luck Absols. Those things are pretty scary.
I see that more than the Mega Absol.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. I wish Mega Absol could learn Work Up, because then it could get both its...
Oh, jeez.
That'd be
That'd
cool.
be scary.
But
Yeah.
it can't learn it, though.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Maybe it could learn growth.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not a plant though, so I don't think so.
Should
Well-
we talk about our teams?
Sure.
Currently,
Do you want to go first, Ninja? I know you're more enthusiastic about underused, than us two.
I'll go last that way.
I
so
like UU.
we'll let you
Okay.
go first since you're going to be the least excited, probably.
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
the middle ground again. Yay!
Yay! I'm middle ground sometimes. I've been using Noivern, Metagross, Florges, and Blastoise a lot, because I've
Uh-huh.
noticed that if you have a Steel and a Fairy together, and then you have a Dragon, because Steel and Dragon go together well,
Right.
and Fairy and Steel go really well together, and then you got to have your token Water type, and I like Mega Blastoise, so that was kind of a gimme. So I've been sticking with those four off and on. My current team has Scrafty, Dragon Dance, Scrafty with Shed Skin, and he's Jolly Nature, Max Speed,
I like
Attack.
that.
Yeah. And then I have my last Pokemon as Celebi / Trevenant. I want to try Celebi with a custom set Celebi that has Healing Wish and Life Orb and 3 attacks, probably Giga Drain, Psychic, Earth Power, Healing Wish. Because it would be really cool to get a Healing Wish on a Mega Blastoise or a Metagross or something,
Yeah.
and then Metagross could just sweep the team.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much my team. It's pretty good.
It's funny you said about the Dragon Steel Fairy Core because I have exactly 0 of any of those types on my team right now.
I have a
I know, well,
dragon.
You've got like
I've got the classic fire, water, grass core going on.
I don't have any kind of core.
I have
What's
that
your team, Nick?
in.
Um,
Yeah, well, Nick will go.
Mian Shao, which is the U-turn regenerator life orb,
The awesome set.
the cool dude set.
Uh-huh.
Very
Noi
good.
Vern with U-turn.
Is it choiced?
Specs.
Or life specs?
Gastrodon, which is basically just the Scald Toxic, defensive set.
Mm-hmm.
Rotom Heat, because I like tricking people. He's usually my lead.
Yeah.
Because I can just Volt Switch if I don't like what's out, and then do whatever. He's Choice Scarfed, but I don't see. I have 3 Choice Pokemon, but Rotom doesn't really count for me because I can trick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried about it. I have a Choice Scarfed Crocodile, I love it. It's so good. Outrage, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Crunch.
No knockoff. That's surprising.
I didn't think he could get it. And I'll
Yeah, you
probably
can get
it.
probably
Sure he
drop
can.
Crunch then.
Yeah.
But I just was building it quick. I didn't really look because I didn't have a lot of time last night. But and then one of my favorite ever, Porygon 2.
Ugh.
Oh, Porygon.
Although less so this gen, since knockoff is everywhere.
I still love
Yeah.
it. I had to. Yeah, I had
He's
to.
still plenty good.
I had to sack him
Yeah.
yesterday for because of the knockoff. He was just useless. So I just used it as switch advantage.
Yeah. Like I'm more worried when I see Porygon 2 than when I see Porygon Z.
Yeah.
Like if it's Porygon Z,
True.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's not that good. But if it's Porygon 2, I'm like, ugh,
Well,
I have to kill that
Porygon
thing somehow.
Z has choice specs Hyper Beam.
Yeah.
It does a
with
ton.
Porygon Z, you have to figure out if it's Life Orb or Scarf or Specs, but once you have that figured out, then you can usually beat him.
Yeah, but Porygon 2 just lives forever as long as he has his
Yeah.
Eviolite.
He sure does.
Kill it.
You and your duck.
So my cheese and quackers. I was so sad I couldn't name him in the game, but anyway,
You can name him Quackers.
I could. But I have a lot of momentum with my team
Yeah.
because 2 U-turners and a Volt Switcher, so
That's good.
I can, and most of my guys are super fast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had a... Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't see where I don't really. My defensive core is Porygon and Gastrodon, and everything else is kind of pretty frail. Except
Yeah.
Rotom Heat's not that bad, but
He's a good middle ground. You can take a hit or two.
Yeah. I like Rotom Heat, but I find there are some Pokemon on Underused who can deal with his stabs. They might have what is it? The Fire Absorb thing, Flash Fire ability.
Chandelure.
If they have Chandelure and a ground type on their team, then you're kind of stuck. You either have to use Trick or
Well, you have to
Hope that
make
they
them
don't.
predict correctly, too.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
But it
right
gets
now
difficult.
Rotom's really for that team. Rotom's really the only fairy resistance I have,
He's nice for that.
and
He works well with Forgus because he really resists steel.
when Florgus comes in, I just trick it,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's done. And then
I
I
heard-
switch out into
I had a
whatever.
I had a UU team last gen that was really similar to that one, Nick, where it was less reliant on type coverage and more just on keeping momentum. And it was a really fun team to play. It had Rotom Heat and Crobat were the
yeah. I did
pieces.
that for a bit too.
It was a really good team. So I'm not surprised that one's doing well for you.
I feel like Rotom Heat has been less used and underused for this game, but
Yeah.
when Underused started, he was everywhere. I guess
think
it's
that was
just because
just
what
memory
people knew.
because he was he was so good last gen. People just assumed.
Yeah,
He's not bad.
No, he's
No,
not.
he's not
still
bad.
really good. He's
it's
just
not bad at all.
there's more things that deal with him around now. So you just the last gen you just overheated everything but Chandelure, and then you won.
Yeah.
I did switch Gastrodon eventually for Empoleon,
Yeah.
and made it more of a specially defensive set, because his special defense is pretty good,
Yeah.
and
it's-
he has access to Stealth Rocks and T-Fog.
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Um,
I'm coughing so much.
And
I'm just kinda
knockoff.
sick. Does he?
He can get
Yeah.
knockoff. I didn't know that.
jeez.
That's the one I've been
Yeah.
using in standard. Is knockoff defog stealth arc scald, special defensive. He just fills a void. Oh, but anyway, you go with your.
My current team, Umbreon, obviously, because I don't play UU without Umbreon. It's my favorite ever. Roserade, Arcanine, offensive, Life Orb with Flash Fire. Didn't go for the defensive set. Although I'm thinking about taking off the Life Orb because he just loses so much health so fast.
Could always throw on Morning Sun.
I have Morning Sun.
He has Morning Sun, but
It's kind of a maybe I'll get to use this every once in a while. It's not an every match thing.
I went through the same motions with Arcanine before. So
I definitely want to keep the offensive momentum though, so I think I might just put a different item on him instead of Life Orb and keep the set. But he's really good. I like him a lot. Suicune, and then Donphan, and I've been switching between Ambipom and Mineshaw, basically as a scout.
Really?
I'm not sure which one I like more.
Wow. I would definitely think Mineshaw is preferred.
But
Over
Ambipom's
Ambipom.
got 10 more base speed, which is a thing on my team. My team's not particularly fast.
What does he need to outrun?
Mineshaw.
Yeah,
Like,
Mineshaw.
Ambipom beats Mineshaw. That's pretty much...
That's really silly.
I'm not decided right now, but they do
Do you
very
have-
similar things.
Do you have Drain Punch on your Mineshaw?
No.
You might want to try it. I don't know.
I had high
Hey,
jump.
Mineshaw
JK.
seems like...
I was using Mineshaw, but I wanted to try Ambipom. I mean, they're both good. I'm not sure which one I like better at this point, but
Okay.
There's no sense
also
using
Ambipom
Drain
gets
Punch.
stab fake out, and
Yeah, it
sometimes
does so much
double
damage.
hit is just
Yeah.
a beating. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's better than Mineshaw. I think both are good. I just noticed that I had some speed problems with my Mineshaw, so I decided to try out Ambipom.
Why would you run
And-
Drain Punch on Mineshaw?
So you don't miss, and so you get more health back with the regenerator.
I don't.
I just jump kick.
I never
Like,
see it being an issue.
with
It's been
with
an issue
Mineshaw,
with me.
usually with Mineshaw, like if you're at the point where you can go for high jump kick, you're trying to win the game.
Yeah,
at the-
most of the time
I-
you either
I never
use
attack
knockoff
with
or
it.
U-turn.
Right. Yeah. It's never in for long enough to be like a bulky thing. And with
Yeah.
regenerator, you're getting a decent amount of health back anyhow. So I like high jump kick because it's so much
I
power.
suppose they're really similar Pokemon now since they both have knockoff
Yeah.
and fake out.
The
The
only
Ambipom.
difference was high jump kick versus double hit.
And the
You could run return on Ambipom and bypass that 90 accuracy.
But I can
Yeah.
break subs with double hit. And it's
You could.
technician boosted.
Yeah, Ambipom is just really fun to use, and he's kind of
So
a pain.
I'm trying him out. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him yet, but he's
Fist.
for the time being.
Yeah,
But like by far the all-star standout of my team is Crocoon. The rest, Calm Mind, Sleep Talk, Scald.
Yeah.
It's just oh,
I'm still surprised I have not heard more talk about Crocoon because the sleep mechanics were changed back to what they were in 4th generation, which
why
means
is he called this?
it's based on the username of the guy that came up with the set. I think. I knew why at one point, but I don't anymore.
I just name him Sleepy Coon.
Yeah, that works too.
Sleepycoon works. I'm
But
behind that.
he is amazing. No one is ready for him.
Yeah,
So.
that's cool.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about some specific Pokemon that we've noticed doing work in UU.
Oh,
I guess
man.
Well, I guess the place to start's probably with Florges, since it's the most
Florges.
used.
Fairy
Just
type
because
is
it's like the
broken.
most bulky thing in the tier.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a lot
also
to do
has
with
an
its
amazing
typing.
type.
It's like one of the
Let's
only
make
fairies left in UU.
There's that cupcake, right?
Well, the other, like, the ones that aren't are just bad, like really bad.
That cupcake can do belly drum stuff, like belly drum unburden.
I'm gonna die.
He's pretty bulky.
I don't think he's on the same level as
No,
the fairies.
he's
Like,
not. Once they make a fairy with actual decent stats, then
yeah,
it'll be a
it's
nightmare.
gonna just go right to Ubers, I think. 'Cause-
Which is that that event Floette. It has really
Oh,
high
yeah.
stats.
Or
So that's gonna be
Diancie.
fun.
No, that's probably gonna be Risk of his Legend.
Diancie. Oh, right.
there's the rock fairy.
That's the rock fairy.
Or Hoopa. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think it's
Is
fairy
that
It would-
psychic? I thought that was psychic and like ghost or something
Oh, I
weird.
thought it was fairy.
Yes, it is. It
It
is
is what?
psychic ghost.
It is.
It's double weak to ghost, double weak to dark. It's very silly.
And it looks like neither of those types. Like
It looks
It looks kind of
like
psychic-y.
it looks like a pile of clothing.
yeah.
That's what-
It looks like something out of Aladdin.
But anyhow, Florges is really good in UU.
yeah, not much
Because
can kill him.
I I just hit it with physical attacks. I never try and attack it like super effectively. Sometimes I guess with a Rose Raid, but just punching it in the face seems to work
I have
best.
poison jab on my Mind Shao.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it to run poison jab
Why not?
because it's not going to one hit KO.
But it still.
I don't know. You need something that one hit KOs.
Nothing. I don't much is gonna one hit KO a Florges.
Most physical stab attacks can,
Its
depending.
Its defense
It's
is pretty low. Like
it is pretty low. Its defenses are nothing to write home about. It's the
It's-
main reason I have Metagross on my team is just because I
It's not
know
the-
Florges is everywhere.
yeah, I found it's not the easiest to one hit KO, but it's pretty easy to two hit
See,
KO.
you say it's one stab, super effective hit, but like, it's only two things.
No, I said just punching it in the face. Like I don't try and
Yeah.
one hit KO it, but a lot of
If you
things.
just hit it with a stab physical, it'll probably go down.
Yeah.
Like Arcanine Flare Blitz, it's
Take
easy.
it out.
That guy's the sucker's gone. But if you're using unstab poison jab, which only has how much power does it have? 80.
70.
I think it has 80.
I'd expect it to two hit KO at least.
I don't think it does from full, and I think that's the reason why it's.
I would
Not a
assume
good
that
idea.
it did.
They need to make a
Life Orb.
poison earthquake. They need a poison earthquake.
Life Orb,
Was-
Mind Shao, I'm pretty sure it would two hit KO.
I think it would too.
Oh, definitely.
Well, you just said it wouldn't.
You just said it wouldn't.
I said it wouldn't one hit KO.
You said two hit KO.
I don't think. Well, if it isn't gonna one hit KO, it will obviously two hit KO.
Well, that's all you need. You're not like.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
if he
two hit
survives,
KOs
he kills.
Fine.
If he survives the poison jab, he'll kill you with Moonblast.
Yeah, but if I bring in Mind
But you
Shao,
hit it
he
on the
he can
switch.
switch into it, expecting me
right.
because he's gonna try to hit me
could.
with a Moonblast.
He's not going to expect Mind Shao to have an attack that's going to do that much damage. So then,
Because
If
it
he switches
resists
it in,
fighting.
well,
then
I
it's gonna get
wouldn't
2
switch Florges into any physical attack typically. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
would
it's
imagine
it's going to
Hydro
do a
Kick
ton of
do
damage. I don't.
about as much as poison jab, maybe more.
I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage. So even if it doesn't one hit KO, it might be a worthwhile trade just to get it down that low, because then
I
it's
wish
easy for something else to pick up.
Fairy was weak to fire. That'd be nice. I think that would be cool. But yeah, that's fine. Florges is a problem. I like to do max speed Florges timid with
I've seen a
Max.
few of those like all-out attacking sets.
I've-
They hit hard.
I'm the only one who's seen who uses it.
I've
But
run into it a couple
it
times.
it is a set on the Smogon forums is like Life Orb for attacks, but mine has Wish Protect. It just has max speed and attack, special attack. Because you only need Moonblast, because Fairy is sick.
Yeah. Do you guys think it's overpowered or just really good in the tier?
I just think it's really good.
I just think it's annoying.
If it got banned, I kind of wouldn't care, even though he's a big part of my team.
You could just use Wigglytuff.
Yeah. It's got that coveted normal fairy typing. Nobody else gets that. It's a
by the
really good
way,
typing.
Well, I guess it
I don't know if
immunity to
I
Ghost.
What were you about to say?
what's the-
there?
the usual Florge is usually special defensive, right?
Yeah, usually
So-
HP, special D.
Poison Jab has a fair probability to one-hit KO after Stealth Rock damage.
Oh,
84.4 to 99.7%. So, it's definitely niche.
Well,
but
I'm not dumb for doing it.
I didn't say it was dumb.
I
I
was
just
just saying I'm not dumb for doing it. I didn't say you said that.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried to run mine Shao, but I just think unstab poison attacks are pretty bad. in general.
Physical attack. I mean, it's niche for sure, but it,
I mean, it
Gets
has
done.
Gardevoir too.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen it before.
But Gardevoir will definitely kill me.
so how about Blastoise, Andy? Number 2 on these
Blastoise.
stats. Tell us all about Blastoise.
The cool kids run Scald and Blastoise because there's only a 10 base power difference between the boosted Water Pulse and Scald has a 30% chance to burn, so it makes sense. I still haven't done it because I like that extra 10 power that doesn't matter.
Plus, the confusion chance is nice.
Yeah, the confusion
Isn't it
chances saved me a
30%
lot.
on Water Pulse?
I have no idea. I think it's like
It's
20 or
higher
something.
than average, I think.
I don't think it's 30. If it was 30, I would see it like every match, to be honest. It only happens sometimes. So Blastoise, Mega Blastoise, when he's at full
Because
health,
it's always
nothing-
Mega Blast.
I've seen a lot of Assault Vest Blastoise sometimes.
It is, well, in March, 91% of Blastoise held Blastoise Night.
Yeah. It's usually Mega Blastoise.
Yeah.
But sometimes
I
they're
just
leftovers
assume-
or Assault.
Yeah.
The thing about Mega Blastoise that I love is when he is at full health, pretty much nothing can one-hit KO him.
Yeah.
I think Mega Manectric is an exception. That guy's a pain in the ass. I'm surprised he's only at number 8 here, but this is for March. I think he would be much higher now, because I see his ass in like every match, and it's like,
I saw him more, I feel like, a few weeks ago than I do now.
I didn't
Maybe.
see any the other day.
Maybe I
Yeah.
just haven't run into him recently. I used to see him a lot.
but
Right.
he's Mega Blastoise is a very unique offensive spinner, especially in underuse. And yeah, he's just really great. He's got insane coverage with boosted Dark Pulse and Aura Sphere, and you can use Scald. And some people like to run Ice Beam on him for coverage sake.
I've seen that a couple times. I don't know if I'd give
I've
up.
seen a lot. I don't know.
His-
I'd rather
his
have Rapid
coverage with
Spin.
like fighting dark and water is just so good by itself.
Yeah,
I guess
it is incredible.
like you're giving up neutral coverage, I guess, to get more better super effective coverage. Is that the plan?
I suppose. I mean, it's not bad because you're
Yeah.
gonna Ice Beam hits for a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't-
But there's an Ice Pulse.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. There's kind of like Icy Wind is kind of like Icy Pulse, but it's terrible.
But I'm saying
Well, I
you
just-
get the boost from his pulse
Yeah.
cannons that he doesn't use.
Yeah, he just shoots it out of his mouth like a lame Dumbo.
should be your name for your next Blastoise.
Yeah, lame Dumbo. So yeah, Mega Blastoise is very good. He's hard to kill unless you have Mega Manectric. And yeah, I like passing wishes to him. I should probably try running Jirachi with Blastoise just to be a bigger dick, because I could get some really fat wishes from Jirachi. I don't know.
I stalled out
Are you
a
saying... Sorry.
I stalled out a flinch Jirachi the other day with Suicune, and it was so great.
That's awesome. I'm so glad.
satisfying.
I run into
You-
Scarf Jirachi sometimes, and it's like, really?
I- I'm glad that it doesn't show up as much as it used to, because that thing is the worst.
I've run into a lot of turn 1 Scarf Jirachis, and I can usually beat them, but, you know, if you get flinched 4 times in a row, you get
Yeah.
flinched 4 times in a row.
Yep.
That shit sucks. But one thing I like to do in all of the Showdown tiers is I like my team to reflect what I have in-game, which is why I'm not throwing around Jirachi, because I don't have a Jirachi.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a good guy code in a way. So
The only
I don't
legend
know.
I ever used in UU was, oh wait, maybe that was RU. It was Uxie.
That was RU.
Oh, that was fun.
I mean, he was okay. He was decent in UU last gen.
He's good old helmet head. That's what he
Yeah.
is.
I hit Ringo Starr.
I always nicknamed my bedhead.
He looks like one of the Beatles.
I always named mine Golden Bomberman because when he's shiny, he's solid gold. And in Bomberman, in some Bomberman games, when you win a match, you become solid gold and you get like an extra power up.
You say Bomberman weird.
That's
Bomberman.
because I'm American.
You say Bomberman,
Bomberman.
but you don't
With
say
no,
the B.
there's no bees. The bees are gone. Yeah,
There's a
I
bee
grew
at
up
the beginning.
liking Bomberman a lot there. For you.
All right, so those are number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we really need to go just down the list, but we can pull out some other guys that
I still think Scarf Crocodile is really good.
I think Crocodile in general is really good.
Yeah, Crocodile's great. I was using defensive Intimidate Crocodile for a while, and he was really,
I like
really
that
good.
set a lot too.
I'm going to have to make a separate team for it because he didn't really gel with the other guys. But I could
Yeah.
tell he was talented. I was like, I see what you're doing.
I also
Like
like to
any-
point out that his nose looks less like a penis in Gen 6.
Oh,
Because you can actually see it, and it doesn't... You know what I'm talking
It's
about.
not stationary. Yeah.
I haven't looked that hard, but I believe you. A lot of stuff looks like dicks. It's okay.
It's true.
Like
True
the
statement.
end of Superbad. With his little sketchbook.
That was like the beginning of
No,
Superbad.
if you
wasn't
watch
it?
the end credits, it shows all his drawings.
Oh, okay. Well, they like Flash's drawings in the beginning. Superbad. My goodness.
Yeah. And like dark types in general are just really good now because stab knockoff
Yep.
is a thing.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's super good.
And Sucker Punch and Pursuit and Knockoff.
And
I feel like
It's-
there's enough.
It's I mean, it's mostly
There are a lot of-
let's be honest.
There are a lot of really creative dark attacks, and because Steel can't really take it anymore, they're just
that
better.
helps too.
Yeah,
But it's mainly
that you're
knockoff,
gonna-
I think.
yeah. Well, the two main Steel guys are weak to dark now, because it's the Psychic Steel combination. I want to say, real quick, that I've seen a lot of Darmanitan that have Life Orb, and it's really surprising every time, just because I'm so used to Scarf Darmanitan.
I think Darmanitan is an ugly Pokemon.
Yeah, he's pretty damn ugly. I think we've lost
Oh, yeah,
Ninja.
Ninja has fallen.
Oh,
Ninja has...
Oh, he's back now, I think, maybe.
Yeah. Can you guys hear
has
me?
resurrected.
Yeah,
You're
You're back from the grave. that's fine,
I
you're
used
back.
Monster Reborn.
So, yeah, Life Orb Darmanitan, I guess for that extra bit of power with sheer force.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He hits hard. He's one of the main reasons that I switched over to Arcanine. I was tired of getting my
Oh, with the flash
face
fire, yeah.
wrecked by him. Yeah.
Flash fire is a nice option, and I can see how he might work better than Chandelier since he hits for physical. Maybe
And he has
like-
extreme speed. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
extreme
nice,
speed is
too.
just nice.
Nidoking's pretty high on the list.
Yeah, he is. He's just really good. I'm kind of surprised he's this high, but
Who?
I don't know. Nidoking, he's number 10.
Oh, he's just really good. Like he just
Have
hits
people
really
been
hard.
using physical Nidoking? Because I made his attack higher in X and Y by 10 base points.
No, looks like specials still. The preferred
Okay.
set.
I would imagine so, because you can't really abuse his ability that well.
And Sludge Wave is a thing now too, which he can learn.
There's still 0.3% of people who use Rivalry. Good
Those
on you,
were
people.
bad.
Special few.
Those are the accidents when they just type in Nidoking and then forget to change his ability.
Probably, yeah. I want to say how I'm really shocked and offended how Feretris isn't underused, but at the same time, he has never threatened me or posed any issue once. So
That's been the story of Fortress in any tier at any time during any generation. I've never I see Fortress and I'm like, oh, so I get a couple turns to do whatever I want.
he
Assuming
can
that you don't
definitely
have-
do well. I feel like he does better in standard than he does in specifically underused, though. It's kind of a very odd thing.
If you don't have hazard removal, then it can be annoying.
Well, I always have hazard removal.
Not everybody does.
I guess Defog is hard to beat.
Yeah,
sometimes,
especially now that you have two good options for hazard removal. I don't know. If you don't have it, then you deserve whatever happens to you. That's
I was also very shocked that what is it? Galvantula was underused, and how you could use Sticky Web and underused. Oh my gosh, it's going to be horrible, and then nobody ever uses it.
No.
And if they do try to use it, they fail because it's legitimately hard to pull off.
and I
And
think
it's-
underused in general just isn't a tier that's focused as heavily on speed.
yeah.
So
that
I
would
mean, it's still
definitely be a
important,
factor.
but maybe not as much as it could be.
Let's talk about the bottom of the barrel.
Well,
Want to go down?
Number
How
go
far do you want to
down?
go down? Because you're going to get into
Oh,
like,
how come
not
Omastar is at the
distinct-
bottom? Come on, Omastar, you're better than that.
I bet you could single-handedly raise him up, Andy, if you played enough.
I could. I should. I'm gonna do it for you. Once the server actually works.
I want to talk about how far down the list some of these really good things are. So without looking, okay, scroll to the top of your list. I'm going to name a Pokemon and you have to guess what number it is.
Okay.
All right? And I'm going to pick like good things.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with Jirachi. What
Yeah.
position do you think
22.
Jirachi is in?
I don't know, 17 or something.
24.
That was close. Price
Yeah,
is right.
That's
I get to come on
it's
down.
freaking Jirachi though. Like that thing was top tier OU last gen, 24th in UU.
Well, Steel lost to Resistance.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
Jirachi's lame.
Starmie is underneath it, and that's just
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Sableye.
Yeah, Sableye's like at the bottom, isn't he?
51.
Give me another one. Go. Games are fun.
Let's talk about Sableye for real quick and how that's ridiculous. I still use it in OU and it's great. I can't believe it's
Yeah.
51 on UU. Like
I
it's so
think-
good.
Once Kangaskhan left the building, then his job was finished.
I still find. I mean, I haven't played OU in forever, but it still seems pretty physically centric, physical attacker centric. So
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Saved
There
my
will be
son's
physical
job.
hitters. Yeah. It's just
All right.
with the Kangaskhan problem, you need an exterminator,
yeah.
and he was the guy.
Oh, here's a good one. Melodic. Where do you think he
Melodic.
is? UU All Star last gen.
42.
Andy.
57.
60.
Close.
I don't get it. Come on down.
He's got
Like
a new
he-
ability, too.
Yeah, but is it better than Marvel Scale?
I don't know. It's good for dealing with Sticky Web, I guess, but nobody seems to use it that much.
What's the ability again?
Competitive. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
if any of your stats are lowered, then you get a +2 special attack. So then you would be super scary.
It's the special version of Defiant.
Another good way to use it is to switch into defog, and then you'd get a free +2.
Yeah. So yeah, you use crazy. It's all topsy-turvy.
It is. I still haven't gotten a firm grip on it. I just feel like you're better at it than I am, to be honest.
I would I mean, I'm gonna be. I probably. I don't want to sound terrible, but that's just my favorite tier, and it's the play style that's encouraged there is better. So I'm sure once RU comes out and you'll be better than me than both of those for sure.
I think my favorite is standard, specifically standard right now, just because you just grab anything, and it's, I don't know.
I think last gen I won a total of 5 RU matches. I was terrible
Yeah,
at it. It was embarrassing.
Did you see the video where I used my old RU team and I just
Yes.
killed everybody?
I did.
Nobody brought a Kiram or a Shaman or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like I just got really lucky, but at the same time, I was kicking ass with Roselia. It's like, that's just silly.
Silly,
Right.
silly.
Does anyone else want to talk about any more EU related things before we wrap up?
You. Do you think? Well, we talked about it, if Florgus will get banned or not, right?
I don't think it needs to be. Yeah, we did. I think we
Yeah,
all
we
agree
did.
that it's
Bye-bye.
fine, good but fine.
I wish we had a more updated list because Tornadus T isn't a part of it anymore.
I mean, it's a
But-
good. I would still be shocked if Florges and Blastoise weren't 1 and 2.
I thought Blastoise was number 1.
He might be now.
Could be.
But those are
Could be.
by far the 2 Pokemon that
Yeah.
I see in UU. So.
Oh, and Weavile is an underused, I think. Or
I
was
thought
he
he got
quit banned?
banned.
He was banned, and then he was unbanned, and then he might have gotten banned again. I don't know. See, that's the stupid shit. Poopy Duke.
That made me
It's
think
like-
of Betty Boop.
Booty boop.
Boop, boopity.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
I'll
Let me
check.
just wait till the end of the month and just throw around all these bans.
I would
I-
imagine he's banned just because
Last time I played, he wasn't
Stat
banned, so I don't
knockoff
know.
on his attack with his speed.
Yeah.
I'll check real
But Scarf
quick.
Crocodile.
Honestly, don't know. I think he might be banned now because I was making an underused team this morning, and Weavile was in borderline, I
Yeah.
think.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
So I honestly don't know. They just keep banning and unbanning stuff
UU
over and
ban
over.
list.
And
Crawdaunt, Staraptor, Salamence, Zygrade, okay. Haxorus, Tornadus T, Walucha, really?
Halucha?
Yep.
You're
Diggersby.
kidding me.
Is what?
And
Halucha.
I don't think I ever saw a single Walucha in UU. I don't know
saw
what
a
happened
couple.
there.
They usually use
Uh,
Unburdened.
Haircross Knight, Gothitelle with Shadow Tag, Wobbuffet with Shadow
Really?
Tag, Drought, Gardevoirite, Medichimite,
I've
Scolipede,
seen-
Drizzle. Scolipede is not currently banned.
So Weavile is not currently banned.
Wow, I'm making a team with Weevil.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one too, just because it's not that hard to get. And I think I actually have one. I'd have to breed another one or something, but yeah. Oh, underused. Do we have any questions for the viewers at home? The question of the day.
If we could do... Nick, you're the best with questions of the day.
Oh, I am? Well, that's...
Do them,
please.
please. I have one if you don't want to go.
Um,
Put you in the spotlight instead.
I don't know.
Okay. Then everyone tell us what your favorite current UU set is. So Pokemon and moveset. And if it's out of the ordinary, tell us why. For the whole 3 people that'll leave a comment on any of these given videos.
Oops, I didn't want to do that.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, the servers are back up.
Oh, cool.
Nice. We can all go play Are You?
Are you...
All right. Well, that's going to
should
do it for this month, guys.
Wait, I didn't say my
Oh,
favorite thing.
I thought, were we answering
Oh,
it?
we're
I
answering
didn't
the
know if
question?
We were answering it.
I thought
Oh, wait.
Go ahead. You can do it. We
Oh,
can
that's
answer.
right. That's for the people at home.
You can do
I'm
it.
sorry.
You can do it. Go.
Okay, I was
We're
gonna
excited.
say...
Blastoise, Mega
I'm excited. No, I was gonna say Metagross with agility weakness policy, because I didn't see it that much,
It's a cool set.
honestly.
I tried
Yeah.
it, but it didn't work that well for me, but I
It
like
can work, but it has problems for sure.
Yeah.
So
I just
it's
want
like-
Agility Gross to be good again because he was so awesome in 4th gen.
I think Assault Vest Metagross might be a good idea for underused. But yeah.
Nick, how
it's-
about you?
I don't know. I guess the Scarf Crocodile for right now.
Uh-huh.
I also really like Mine Shao and my whole team.
Okay, good answer.
Oh,
Mine is Sleepy Coon, far and away.
Sleepy
Yes.
Coon. Yeah.
Sleepy Coon.
My
I mean,
name.
Umbreon, obviously my favorite forever, but right now
You-
it's Sleepy Coon.
Next video, you need to title it Sleepy Coon, and then
I
get a
actually have a video. It wasn't scheduled to go up this week, but I'm going to put it up this week because of this episode, where it's just the Suicune show, and it's awesome. I have 2 matches where he's just awesome.
You should,
So
for the thumbnail, you should do a super cute Suicune with a nightcap on.
I will
pillow.
if you draw me one.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to
I
draw
can't
you.
do that.
Um,
Yeah,
Well, you could Google it or something. I don't know. I guess.
that sounds really specific.
Okay.
I'm gonna just
Wow.
type Sleepy Coon into Google. And
See
see
what happens.
Get some really horrible picture.
I am probably well. I'm sure I will.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Nothing came up.
Yeah. I got. Okay, there's a weird one, but yeah, I'm not getting anything useful.
I got a dog saying "fuck." I don't know. It just strikes me as funny. But yeah, this is the end.
This is the end, my friend.
Tell us about
There's
how
George Costanza. Why is he there?
tell us how Yu has been abusing you, or how you like it a lot.
Tell Andy how it's the best tier ever.
The best tier will be never used, but that isn't out yet. So
We'll talk about it when it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
bye.
Bye.
This is us signing off. Goodbye.